Hello everyone, it's time to do another wishful or prediction type list for Cardfight Vanguard, this time on evolutions for the WillDress cast, or in this case, WillDress post WillDress Season 2. Because based on how the plot is going, there are possible evolution units and there are some that I really want to see that hasn't gotten new forms. And I really hope Bushy does these. Whether they're new grade 3s or new grade 4s, I don't mind. I prefer grade 4s as the evolution. But overall, I do want new forms for these units, and I'm only listing the ones that are more likely because of anime reasons, and also because if you're more main character, more likely you're going to get an evolution. And I also have to say, at least one per nation. At least not lyrical, because lyrical pretty much no one plays in the anime other than one character with a screenshot. But on that, this is just my wish list, so you could go ahead and give me yours. So now I'm just going to begin my wish list. So on the bottom list, which is number 5, I have to say Bastion, Magnolia, and Seraph Snow. These 3 just need new grade 3s overall and needs a huge update. That's all I have to say. And we got new Nirvana and Bruce already, so why not these 3 as well? The original 5 grades could really all use a new grade 3, and as a sign of growth for each of the character, this is their new path. Basically like that. And to number 4, and speaking of the new path part, I don't completely see these 2 as so likely, but I would say a new form of Veerman's Bruce along with a new form of Dredgeold. Veerman's Bruce just for Danji to surpass even further, considering that one of his main obstacles is still Michiru, who knows at the end of the season. And Michiru, if he does go back to the good side, he might find a new path with a new Dredgeold, but who knows, he might die before that even gets the chance. Because to him, Dredgeold means the future, and Mass Dredgeold is basically a future denied. So if he gets a new form of Dredgeold, that could represent a new future for him. Not saying these are likely since we just got Veerman's Bruce and Michiru could be another obstacle for another character, so I cannot exactly say that these are likely, but I do want to see them. Now to number 3, one of those that I think absolutely needs a new form is Basagra. Mirai plays as one of the main antagonists, and it's been a while since Basagra actually got good stuff, and as a symbolism of her new path and choices, she should get a new form of Basagra. Not only like basically a choice to refuse the mask, but also to probably play a relevant role. You know, I want a new form of Basagra, and an evolution could be her new path, and it's a representation like most of them. And in many ways, she could taught Yu even more things. Her new path basically with Basagra, and then this could also awaken Yu with a new Nirvana Jiva. And besides, I really want Mirai to be relevant again, especially the polar opposite of Trick Star, Trick Moon is in her deck as well. This could make it an awesome way as another polar opposite part or a duel. And now to number 2, and I will have to say this one is probably going to have to be a must. We should get a new form of Bufberg along with Leonord. Yes, I know it's another pairing, but these 2 have really big character development going on, so they need to probably have a new form. Especially for both of them, an evolution can mean something. For Ura, it's pretty easy. Not only that she has a rival of Helena in the next season, but a new Leonord could be a taken path to be again stronger rather than accepting the mask to get stronger. She denied the mask, and now she needs to get stronger in her own way, hence the Leonord. And now for Raika, since he lost to Michiru being one of his main obstacles, and he has another obstacle, that being Sophie, a new Youthberg could be a symbolism for that. New form of Youthberg means that he's now surpassing himself even further, and a Youthberg versus a Dredgeold mask would be pretty awesome. Not only that, there is a chance that Michiru can die here, so his other obstacle Sophie could be his replacement, because Sophie in many ways is considered as equal to Michiru, and defeating her could be considered defeating Michiru. He's basically realizing that he wants to actually surpass Michiru, so a new ultimate Youthberg could actually be a symbolism of that. And I mean an ultimate Youthberg that uses the power of all the other rebel forms, not a new rebel form. I just mean a straight up evolution, using the power of basically all his other forms combined. Now to honorable mentions before number 1, and I'm pretty sure the number 1 is going to be pretty obvious. But first, the honorable mentions. Gravidia Norlinger, it's basically Haruka again, just wants to protect Mirai, so she just needs to get stronger, but I don't see this one as very likely considering that she's not really main character. We also might see a chance for Will+dress, because we don't know how Taizo's character is going to play out in WillDress Season 3. even though he's technically main enough for Season 1. And considering that he lost pretty badly twice, I think he kind of deserves a new form or evolution as his growth, but I don't see it too likely depending on how they play his character. And I do want to say Vanguard in a way, but this one's the least likely considering that it's also new, and also Sam is not one who needs to exactly grow for a character right now. And funny how my honorable mentions are all brand gates. And now to number 1, and this one is a must because it's a protagonist tradition. We're gonna need a new form of Nirvana Jiva. Nirvana Jiva is Nirvana Reborn, and Nirvana basically represents as a new messiah or a new god for the new Cray. And for lore reasons, the dragon tree is currently infecting the planet, so Nirvana definitely needs to get stronger. And of course, since we're talking about a plague infecting the planet, for lore reasons, a new messiah needs to be a symbol for the people and needs to get stronger to save everyone. So I do have to say the new form of Nirvana Jiva is very likely here, just to counter against the dragon tree, or whoever will be the other antagonist, because there's an AI called Yi and that might be another antagonist right there as well. This also works as a symbolism for Yu Yu's growth, because Yu Yu will need to get stronger in his own way too, and not being able to stand to lose anybody, he needs to get stronger himself, so obviously the new Nirvana Jiva will be a good representation of that. And with all the cross overdress and overdress stuff trying to be mashed with the deck, I also have to say that Bushi is trying to build up to something with Trickstar here, because obviously you can't have Nirvana without Trickstar, and with all the prayer dragons going to Nirvana with Trickstar, Trickstar could create a new form that represents both past and present, and the new ultimate arena form for Trickstar, basically probably a grade 4, I hope it is a grade 4, especially with Jiva, could basically just represents the future. Or you could have overdress past, cross overdress present, the new Nirvana Jiva as the future. Because obviously the dragon tree could represent the end, but if the new Nirvana Jiva defeats it, that represents a new future in many ways. And hopefully it goes along with the Trickstar too, using both past and present to create a new future, basically a new form. So I really hope this will happen, and hopefully my theory goes correctly too. So that's it for this wish list, and maybe some sort of prediction in many ways. What do you guys think of it? What would you like to list for other possible new forms for other units? And I'm talking about anime related and probably likely ones. Because usually when it comes to anime characters and cards used by the anime character, they are the more likely ones to have new evolved forms, of course marketing purposes. But we recently got a new sorceress, so anything is possible, and of course the lyrical stuff as well, which is not shown in the anime. So go ahead and just list down what other evolutions you want to see. Hopefully my top 5, even though some of them may be paired up, because they are ranked equally in my opinion, will end up becoming a thing. Some of them probably not likely, like the mask ones, but hopefully some of my thoughts kind of come true, especially on how the story is going. But in that, that's it for this, and see you all next time.